Hello and welcome to the 14th episode, and welcome back to the huge European map in OpenTD3. I'm Jimster Gaming, your host as usual. So I can see that we have missed out on some signaling here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And another thing we have missed out on are these. So it's just a huge amount of iron ore here, and only one train. So I will immediately clone this one. By holding Control, I get it to copy the orders and even end up in the right group. Let me see. So it ends up in the group even. Start it. Good. Another issue we have is here. We have 2,500 almost 1,000 tons of metal. So what we'll do here is that we'll add a small piece of nothing there, just to make it obvious that we have an issue. And then we are going to build a train, 2 of those, and need to put them together maybe. 2 of those, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like that. Good. Make sure it says metal. And what we can do here now is to use one of these small thingies that helps your life. So instead of adding the orders, you can just go to, press Control, click on the train that you want to copy. So that means we just copied over the orders for these 2 trains. We, however, need to put them in the same group, which was, let me see, metal, Cardiff to Birmingham. Great, done. So that was 2 things that needed to be done at the start. So I've added more trains taking the bauxite from Holyhead to Scotland, or to Inverness. I believe we have 8 now, and that seems to be keeping up. There are 2, 4, 6, 8, yes, and it says there actually. It is currently keeping up, but that's because this one isn't supplied with the engineering supplies. So when that happens, we probably have to expand to 10. But I'll leave it like that for now. This one will get its engineering supplies from Belfast. So I will fix that off camera in a few minutes and add the 2 extra trains that I think we will need. And then when I built this line, I had actually over here, just after this waypoint, I had one single tile of non-electrified track, which did cause a lot of issues until I found it, because when it's only one, you can almost not even see it, but it sorted itself out, fortunately. In 1994, we made an 87% profitability. We are actually late in 1995 now. We had an issue over here because I had a tunnel here and road going down here, and after losing vehicles twice in just a very short period of time, when I was checking that the bauxite trains worked as they should, 2 of them managed to hit the truck, or well, 1 managed to hit the truck, and then I built a new truck, and then that one was run over quickly as well. I'm not sure why. Probably because the truck will end up with a red light on this side and be run over by a train in the opposite direction. So I rebuilt the road to avoid that. I have news from the Irish government that they are happy with our progress in Ireland. They're not satisfied, but they are happy that we have done something, because that's much more than anyone else got, except the UK, of course. So we have probably created 1 million jobs in the UK and a few thousand in Ireland, and maybe 12 in the Netherlands. So the rest of the European countries aren't that happy with us for the moment, because we aren't giving them any help. But that is about to change. So in this episode, we are going to get something done over here, because there is an ironworks in Penzance. And this one needs iron ore, wood and sand. So the sand will come from an English one, which I believe is this one. And this one, of course, needs to be fed with engineering supplies. The iron is coming from Norway. So we have far up in Norway, in Kirkenes, which is here, that is basically on the other side of Laponia, there is an iron mine. So this iron will be shipped all the way down to England. And the other iron mine is in Mo I Rana, which is here. This one is complicated because it's quite high over the fjord. So I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's 6 tiles over the shore actually. I think I can see that by this one, right? Times 6. I need to take one that's flat just to make sure. There we have 1. Okay, yeah, so 5 tiles up. That's going to be difficult, but we do have okay, yeah, and we need to build some form of station in the city to allow them to so they allow us to continue with this. This one is so narrow, this fjord going in, so I might put the station here. I haven't decided yet for freight, so we'll just keep going on the side and put passenger station there as well. We'll also put a passenger station here. The station might end up on this side actually, if it's possible to get there somehow. So we'll see about that. Need to connect this one anyway. So that's the iron, and the forest, the timber, wood is going to come from here. So I haven't decided here either yet really. So on my plan there were the 4 forests of Karlstad, this one and this one, that's 2, this one and this one. But the idea was to bring it down the river, and that would make more sense if I took this one and that one, which are both Karlstad, and this one that is Mora, and this one which is Hamar, or on the other side here we have one as well, Mora. So I think I'll go for the 4 Swedish ones. Hamar is in Norway, you know. I think I'll go with those 4 instead of using these 2. But I haven't decided yet, so I'll figure that out as we continue, because I need to get a station here. The thing is, there is a rule saying that large vessels, large ships, are not allowed to go under single tile height bridges, and there is one here. And that's not something I can fix without demolishing the entire town, and they're not going to let me do that. I could demolish the bridge though. I could make some construction to make an extra high bridge. The other option is to make a canal around, because I'm going to canalize this anyway, because the river isn't wide enough for larger vessels, according to my rules, that is. So I haven't decided what to do with this yet. If I do that, I have to make a station over here, get it over the river, then add one tile in height to get it over the canal, and then get down again and then continue over on this side, which is going to be complicated, expensive, and look weird. I also need to have a junction here somewhere to go this way, because I need to connect this piece as well, even though if it's connected by ship, it's connected, right? But there will be some connection going up here for other purposes. So we'll see what we do with it, because from here, from this Lake Vänern, you can get out to the sea. And actually, Lake Vänern has like 2 or 3 harbors and takes vessels up the canal quite frequently. There is a place which will be on this, which will be on this side, which is called Kristinehamn. And in the old days, we're talking the 18th century, I guess, the early 19th century, this is where the iron purchasers of Europe met every year to determine the price for next year, because there are some big iron mines around here. There are 2 there, 2 there, and close by in Falun you have the biggest copper mines in Europe. So we'll see what we do with it, but the timber will come from there anyway, and it will get down the river, which will be made into a canal, and reaching the sea at Gothenburg, where the bridge is high enough to get under, which was actually planned, to be honest, but anyway. However, so there are a few options here, either to take the large seagoing vessels over here, for example, and have a connection to a smaller vessel that can get up the canal and under this bridge. And that means we don't even need to make this into a canal. We'll have to do it for the falls up here, or we make the station just under the falls. I haven't decided. That's one alternative. Another alternative is to bring large cargo ships up the canal and have the reloading place here somewhere, and have a small cargo transport ship going up here, where it connects by train to the different forests. And then it would make more sense to use these 2 over here instead. And the third option is to build the canal up here as well around the city, and then have seagoing vessels going all the way from the place up here where we have a station and over the North Sea, coming in probably at Ipswich, probably around the machine shop somewhere, and from there transported by rail through the south of England over to Penzance. And the last alternative would of course be to actually transport them by sea all the way to Penzance, which actually makes sense thinking about it. So I'll see what I do with it. I haven't decided yet. The forests over here, whichever one I decide to use, will be powered by farm supplies coming from Newcastle. That has 3,000 engineering supplies actually, that's great. And the engineering supplies for the iron mines in Norway, if I remember, let me see, where does that come from? It actually comes from Carlisle. Can't do that. Why does it say Carlisle? Oh, it's from this one. Okay. Just thinking, why on earth would it come from Carlisle, where we don't have a machine shop, but we have a lumber yard there? Okay, so those are coming from the lumber yard in Carlisle that don't have any timber coming in. So we'll have to figure something out with that. Ipswich is fed from Birmingham, which is over there, so we'll need to feed this one with engineering supplies from Birmingham. So that's fine. No issues there. It's going to be complicated with the iron mines in Norway, though, but that is a later story. So off camera now, I'm going to build the line connected to this one. The iron will get here actually, and the connection is basically the farm supplies, because the farm supplies comes from here, so that's an already existing place. It's going to Sweden by boat, and then it's coming back as timber to an iron works in Penzance, from where the iron is then transported to Ipswich, where it's turned into machines, and the sand will come from Ipswich as well. And that one is also connected to the already existing transportation network, since the engineering supplies comes from Birmingham. So this is going to be complicated, and the phone said something, and we are going to start this immediately, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's ready. So looking at Oxford, so we just have this last little piece here left on this side. I thought about electrifying this one as well, but it would cost 1.2 million extra, so I decided not to do that now. Some signaling in and bring it up there just so it fits there. That would be perfect. Great. In with some signaling. Okay. And let's also put this one, make this one finished like that. Great. And I will also add this one here, because it won't actually go there, but whatever. We have fixed it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Great. I'm not sure if we have issues here. We might actually have that. No, there's only 2 trains that are close to each other. Okay, great. And we are not going to have any traffic here basically now anyway, so that will be sorted out. So what I've done off camera is I built a very long line starting in Penzance. Metal will go on the rails, while wood is coming in by ship, was my final decision. And iron ore is coming by rail as well. So iron ore will come in and metal will go out. So I built the tracks all the way. So some pieces are single tracks, some pieces are duplicated. There won't be any traffic here for the moment anyway. I built London with everything needed. I also put the line that will in the future go out to Dover. There's a stockyard in Dover. Okay, I had missed that. Anyway, and I was looking at the livestock earlier to figure something out, and I didn't see that one. Anyway, continuing up to Ipswich. The sand will come from here. That one will go on the same route. The iron ore will come in here, where it will be picked up and moved over to the train. I have made a lot of buoys. I haven't put any vehicles on yet. I will do that later on. So let me see. So built a wood line here that will connect the two forests in Mora. Take down to Karlstad docks. There is one forest there that will also feed this one, and one here that will also feed this one. I built a high bridge here so I can take large ships up, because the rule is under low bridges you can only have small ships, and this is a larger one. And I also decided, let me see, these absolute largest ones, they can't do rivers either, like the 1440 tons. So this one takes 450, that would be the largest to go up a canal anyway, or a river for that matter. So I've canalized this river. It's going through a lake, then I have canalized this piece as well. Put in waypoints, so it will go here, down there, down here, through the English Channel and over to Penzance. Next up is we will get the engineering supplies, farm supplies from here, from Newcastle. That one will go by boat as well over to the forests here. So they will just come into the same dock and will be transported by rail, except this one. We'll see if I can get that to work well. And the iron ore will arrive at Norwich, and it will come all the way from Norway. So Mo i Rana will supply one of them. So I've made some constructions here to get a station in. The local authority hates me, of course. What else is new? I don't think we'll have much going on this line, so I think it's okay that we only have passenger platforms and nothing else. I've built a windley road from the mine down to the harbor there, and we are going to get some ships up there, because they can get through this fjord even though it's very narrow, so that should be fine. Continuing, so we have the second iron ore will come from Kirkenes, which is up here, the Russian border. I put the station in just to have a station, and this is also trucked down to a harbor, to the docks, and it will go just past North Cape, which I believe is this one, or is it this one, and all the way down. So that will be interesting to get that going. And I need to set some lines up and sort some other things out. So the first line out will be from Belfast, actually, because that was missed last time. So we're going to build a ship here that's going to take engineering supplies, and if I remember correct, there's a small old one that do 85. Is it this one? Yes. So it's not very fast. It's designed in the 1870s, but it takes 85. And we need 84, so that's perfect. Otherwise I need to send 100. And timing isn't an issue because it's not far enough anyway. So we'll just do that, and we will full load there. Remove that one. And bring it by there into Holyhead, because that will supply the bauxite mine with its engineering supplies. So the production will go up from 171 and quadruple, which will be like 684 maybe. Which is great news. That means we probably need more of those trains. I will actually add 2 immediately. I need a boy, because otherwise they get stuck on this one. Add a boy. So I'm going to add a boy far out there, just to make sure that they don't get stuck, because it's really annoying when they do that. And in there, great stuff. Started. That was ship number 10. And I'm going to clone this one and another one. If I remember correctly, these are really expensive. Not that bad actually, 350 grand only. Not too bad. So that means we have 2 extra of those, and they are going to be needed because right now they can just manage. So the next one is, don't know where it is, it's there, right? Yeah, next one is there, next ship is on its way. And when this one quadruple, that means we are going to need 2 more trains or so. So I'll do that. Good. Moving on to the next piece of this. So the next piece of the puzzle will be to put in something here. So this one will only supply Penzance with sand. It produced 126, that means the production will ramp up to 504. And 580% of that will be 400. So we need to construct a train that can carry 400, and that we can't do, so therefore we will simply have to cope with 300, because I think that's basically what we can get through on this. Sand. We have a silo wagon. Oh, it can only take 30 tons. Silo wagon there, 25, 55. So we'll take the 55 once, and I know that we can do 6, and that's basically what we can get through. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 times 55 is a decent lot. 330. Not 400, but what can you do? Put it in there, remove this one, and full load. We are going to need waypoints on this, and I'm going to place one just here. And the reason for that is that trains otherwise are going to get lost. They have a tendency to do so. So we'll do one there, and I'm going to make one here because I know that there will be a line going scooting off there. So we'll just put the next one over here. Not so good. Like that. This looks like a very much countryside branch line, but whatever. And I'm not sure if something will scoot off there though, but I'm going to put it here. Before that one. Just so we can use it for other purposes as well. So that's done, and we will continue out here. Back to Plymouth waypoint and back to Bournemouth waypoint. And then it was the London one, I believe. Yes. And into the depot. Good stuff. And I'm not sure how long that will take, so therefore I'm going to make 3 of those trains, but first we're going to place it in a group. So so we don't have to do it later on with a bunch of them. SD and clone and clone. That means we have 3. That should be that will probably not be enough, but right now it's enough anyway. Good. Next line of business is to get engineering supplies down there. And the engineering supplies for that is coming from it's coming from Birmingham, which is why I built that piece of rail over there, of course. So I'm not sure if we have any on B, because we have 1 on B. That's enough. Then we can put 1 more. So let's put 1 train on, and engineering supplies. 2 of those, and 2 of those. Engineering supplies. B, and in, and full load. And get it down there. We don't have a waypoint anywhere there. Okay. Oh, yes, we do actually have one. It's quite far actually. Okay. Northampton, and I wonder if, yeah, that should be enough. Get it over to Ipswich and back to Northampton. I did have the issue in Ireland that one of the bauxite trains went to someone else's depot all the time because it didn't find its way, which is annoying, but whatever. What can you do? So this one now needs to get back to its depot. Perfect. Started. Good. I will now fix the ships. And now all of those have been sorted. So let's roll. So first out is the engineering supplies from Belfast to Holyhead that we made together earlier. There's just a bunch. There are tons of them there. Anyway. And we have stuff coming everywhere. Good. Next thing out is sand. And the sand will be picked up here. It has not yet picked anything up. Is it working? Let's see. Yes, it did. Great. 3% means it started. And that's ongoing. We should also have an incoming one from Birmingham. That did not make a success yet. That's peculiar. Ah, yeah, that's because we have issues here, right? Yeah, I need to do some signaling as well. Yes, signaling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, great, done. That was improved at least, because the metal comes from here and we put 1 extra in here. So what we are going to do actually is to find this group. Yeah, let me see. So it should be metal, C50PHM, and template replacement. And we'll create a new template with 2 of those. And 12 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That did not work at all. Why did I manage to do that? Absolutely crazy. So let's try again. New template vehicle. Let's choose the wagon this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Possibly. Yes, great. Don't need to refit them really because they can only do metal anyway. 660 tons, okay. Refit, don't keep anything. Mark it, highlight it. I don't remember how to do this. Delete, clone all vehicles. Use vehicles, no, no, no. Edit, clone, delete. You need to do something. Oh, you need to actually highlight the group as well, right? So let me see, that was metal from Cardiff to Birmingham. Now we can. Good. Start replacing. Perfect. So that means these two will then replace automatically whenever they hit depot. I'm not sure if anyone is on the way, but it doesn't matter. There's one there, I think. Yes. So that one. Should we have a look, actually? Let's have a look when it gets here. If it worked. And we have so many new stations. That's great. It will be expensive. Come on. So I believe it's about to hit us there. Yes. So look at this. It's coming in. And Dush, £63,000 later, it comes out as a completely new train. Look at that. Third one will also update whenever needed. Come on. So, we immediately went to Norway, where we put trucks in to pick the iron ore up and bring it down to the harbor. We have a ship waiting here. Which has like 160 actually boys on the way. In Kirkenes we have same thing. So there's a truck in, there is one waiting, there is a ship waiting. These are not going to move for a very long time. Reason being that they can't get engineering supplies, because those are, for that place, supposed to be coming from Carlisle, which is here, from this one. So we have to supply that place with lumber and chemicals to make anything happen. So that's the plan for next episode, actually. So it will take a long time before we get anything for this train to do. This is a silly length, because 450 is too long to do only one of these locomotives, because they're just a little bit too weak for that, and putting two is an overkill, but whatever, it needs to match these ships, because otherwise they will just be hanging there extra long. And over in Sweden we have fixed some trains here. Karlstad Woods, we have a ship in, we have the first delivery of timber. The ship is starting to load. I've just added one ship on each line. I'm going to add more of them, of course, but I'm very unclear on how many will be needed. So these are moving, and yeah, the first truck got there actually. Look at that. That was good timing. So this one is also slowly starting to load. This has the most wiggly road ever, but whatever. This is Norway, the roads are wiggly. Yes, so that was today's episode. We have now got 91 trains. I'm not sure how many we added today, but there was a bunch, and more will be added to these lines, because they are simply not going to cope with the trains we have put on. And we now have 21 road vehicles and 14 ships, and on the ship front I guess we are going to hit 20 very soon, and probably 25 before we are ready with just the lines that we have created, or 40 maybe before we are ready with the lines we have created actually. So it's still here, yeah, okay. So this one is now moving on to Sweden very soon. There we go. It emptied the place. No, it didn't. Okay. So that's great. So I know now that it left on the 25th of November, so I will have another ship leaving in roughly 2 months from now. So that was this episode. Have fun and thank you so much for watching. See you soon.